Linkurious Enterprise is an on-premises and browser-based platform. It is designed to help analysts detect and investigate threats in large volume of connected data. It connects directly to a graph or RDF database. The dashboard is the start screen that opens when you launch Linkurious Enterprise. It contains all the folders and visualizations you created or that were shared with you. You can create a new visualization or folder from the top right icons. You can open a visualization by double-clicking on its tile. To organize your visualizations, right-click on a tile to access the options. From the dashboard main menu, you can access different screens. Click on the tab Alert opens the Alert dashboard, where you access and manage the active alerts. The tab Visualization brings you back to the main dashboard. Next to that, you can see the active data source and change it. You can access the documentation at any time from the top right tab with your username, sign out, or learn more about the software. The Alert dashboard lists the alerts created on the current data source, looks for a specific pattern in the data and return a result called a match when an occurrence of the pattern is found. There are specific user rights that let you see the results of an alert, and a few others that let you create and activate new alerts. If you have the right to create an alert, the first tile displays New Alert and opens the alert creation screen when you click on it. To manage an alert, right-click on its tile to open a menu. Double-click on it, or click on Open when it's selected, to access the list of matches. In Linkurious Enterprise, the workspace is where you visualize and interact with the data as a network of connected entities. It's where most of the investigative work takes place. The workspace is composed of 5 parts. In the center, the canvas is the largest part of the screen. It's dedicated to the display and interaction with graph data. Each node there represents a data element, and each link indicates how 2 nodes are connected. You can interact with them using the mouse. In the top center is the space to search for data. The search bar is always available there. Using it, you can search for nodes and edges in your database or in your current visualization. On the left side, the Property panel lists information about your data and actions for your graph. In the top right corner, the brush icon opens the Design panel that contains the data styling features. The 3 bars icon opens the Filter panel that lets you hide specific data from the canvas. In the bottom right corner are the features related to the display of data, such as layouts. Finally, in the top left corner, the 3 bars icon opens the main menu to manage your visualization, share it with others, manage your preferences, or go back to the dashboard. Linkurious Enterprise allows you to interact with your graph data and access detailed information to conduct your investigations. Information about your graph data is displayed in the node and edge captions, or styles you may have applied. If you want to access additional information about a specific node or edge, select it in the canvas to open the Property panel. It contains all the information about the selected item, including its category and properties. You can close this panel using the arrow on the side. To select one element, click on it directly in the canvas. If you want to select multiple elements at once, open the menu More at the top. The items in the Select menu let you select automatically all nodes, leaf nodes, nodes that have only one connection, or isolate nodes that don't have any connections. You can invert a selection or use a lasso tool to draw a custom selection in the canvas. You can explore the data directly on the canvas. You drag and drop nodes to move them around, and double-click on them to expand all their connections. The number in the badge on the top right of a node indicates the number of connections it has. For advanced exploration with the graph, you use the Action menu that appears on the side of the property panel when selecting a node or edge. It contains all the actions you can perform on the active selection. You can access the exact same panel by right-clicking on a node. The four-arrowed icon is the Expand menu. It displays the available expand options for your selection. The More option items open a panel with fine-grained expand options. The magic wand icon opens the saved query templates, if any are available for the active selection, as well as the shortest path algorithm. If you select the shortest path item, it will use your selection in the canvas to pre-fill the fields. The crossed circle icon will remove the active selection from the visualization. It does not delete any data from your database and can be undone. The three dots icon opens an additional Actions menu with the Pin, Edit, and Delete actions. Pinning a node prevents this node from moving when running a layout. Edit lets you change a node or edge category, change its property values, or add new ones. Delete will delete the active selection from the database, which cannot be undone. Finally, you can find the actions applicable on the whole graph in the bottom right corner. The Locate button will help you localize your graph. You can zoom in and out using the mouse scrolling button or the button on the bottom right. You will see a globe icon if any of your data contains geo-coordinates. It will let you display them on the map. You can access and apply the layout of your choice to organize your graph using the Layout menu. Linkurious Enterprise embeds a search engine that lets you search easily through your database. Simply type in text, and the platform will retrieve nodes or relationships with matching properties. The first possibility for basic search is to use the quick search bar in the dashboard. You simply type in a property name for the element you're looking for. It will return you with a selection of every nodes in your database with a property name matching your request. On the right side, a colored box indicates which category of node or edge the result belongs to. Clicking on a search result will open it in a new visualization. The second possibility is to use the search bar directly in the workspace. Using the Nodes and Edges toggles, you can narrow the search to nodes or edges only. By default, the search will be done through the entire database. By switching to Local, you can narrow the search to the elements already in the workspace. Clicking on a search result will add it to the workspace. To refine your search results or to add multiple results at once to the workspace, you can use the Advanced Search panel to specify additional conditions. To open the Advanced Search panel from the workspace, click on Advanced in the search bar or on More Results at the end of the result list. In the bottom right corner, you see how many items match your search. You can navigate the result list using the arrows on the left. There are several filter options to help you narrow down your search. With the first menu, you specify if you are searching for nodes or edges, and if you want results from the entire database or only from the current visualization. Use the fuzziness option menu to specify how closely the result should match your search. You can also type in the name of a specific category to narrow the results to that category. The property filter lets you specify for a given property what it should contain. Choose a property and type in the value you are looking for. Click on a result in the list to open an overview panel of its properties. Tick the box on the left to select the results you want to add to the workspace and press Add All. You can select as many items as you want. Alerts let you monitor your graph database for specific patterns that could represent suspicious or interesting behaviors. Alerts are only supported for users with Neo4j, DataStax, or GenesGraph graph database. The creation of alerts is aimed at data scientists, as the knowledge of a graph query language is required. Administrators and users with a query creation right can create new alerts. From the Alert dashboard, click on the New Alert tile. Write a graph pattern query using the query language of your database and press the Run Query button on the right to test it. A list of matches appears below and lets you preview the results for your query. You can add custom columns to help users classify the matches using terms from your return clause. Rerun the query to update the preview and save your custom columns. Once you are satisfied, click on Next. You can name your alert, enable it, and define how often it will run. Save it to view it from the Alert dashboard. Right-clicking on the Alert tile opens a menu to disable, edit, or delete your alert. Alerts let you monitor your graph database for specific patterns that could indicate suspicious or interesting behaviors. If you have the adequate rights, you can access the Alert dashboard by clicking on Alerts in the top menu. If your administrator has configured one or more alerts, you'll see them appear on the Alert dashboard as tiles. To open an alert and see if any pattern or match was found in the data, simply click on the tile to open it. The alert opens on the list of newly detected matches. Each row represents a match, and matches are ordered by creation date. If the administrator has set up specific columns for this alert, you can use them to sort matches. The left panel indicates the status and number of matches. A match is either new, confirmed, or dismissed. The new matches haven't been reviewed yet. Confirmed and dismissed are matches that you or your team reviewed and validated or invalidated. To investigate a match, click on the corresponding row. It will open the data in a dedicated visualization interface, designed to streamline match reviews. From here, you can expand nodes, see properties, go into geo mode, or hide items to help you review the match. Once the case is reviewed, use the top menu to dismiss or confirm the match. You can also open the visualization in the workspace, save it as a new visualization, or go back to the list of matches. Shortest path is an algorithm originated from graph theory that calculates how to connect two nodes of a graph in a minimum number of hops. You can use it to identify one or several paths connecting two nodes of your graph. In your visualization, select one or two nodes. You can access the shortest path panel by right-clicking on the node, selecting Queries, and then Shortest Path. The same menu is available in the left panel. If you selected two nodes, they will be used to pre-fill the shortest path end and start points. If you selected only one, you will have to type in the destination node. Click on the Find Shortest Path button to display the path connecting your nodes. Click on it to display it. The path between the two nodes appears in red in your visualization. The creation of query templates is a feature aimed at data scientists as the knowledge of graph query language is required. A query template allows you to create and save a pre-formatted graph query in Cypher, Gremlin, or SparkQL. User can access and reuse the query on any node in one click, in the same way Excel's macro can help you automate tasks. You need a write query access right to write, save, and share query templates with others. To create a query template, open the Query panel in the top left menu and click on the Template tab. The list contains all the query templates you have already created or that have been shared with you. Click on a new query to create a new template. Give it a name and a description. You can decide to share it with other users using the toggle switch. Note that queries are shared within the context of a data source, and that only users with a Run Query access right will be able to see them. Once it's saved, you can view the query in the query list, delete it, or edit it. A query template allows you to run a pre-formatted graph query, like a Cypher, Gremlin, or SparkQL query, on a specific node in one click. You need a Run Read Query access right to see and run existing query templates. To run a template, select a node and right-click on it. Hover the query item in the menu to display the list of query templates available for this node. You can find the same menu in the left side panel. If no templates are shown, it means there is nothing you can run on this category of node. Click on a template to run it against your graph. To see a list of all available query, click on the magic wand in the top left menu. Under the Template tab, you can see the list of queries shared with you and their details. To create easy-to-read visualizations, Linkurious Enterprise offers you styling capabilities for your graph data. You can decide on the captions, the color, the icons, or the size of your node and edges to highlight relevant information for you. By default, every node category has a pre-assigned color. Administrator can change the default style in the configuration. Users can change style rules after creating or opening a visualization. You access the Style panel by clicking on the brush icon in the top right corner of the workspace. Select the first tab to access the style options. You can apply a style on the category level or on the property level of your node. Next to the node category name, you can choose to apply an icon, a color, or a size to the nodes of that category. For instance, we choose to color in blue all the nodes of the category address. To add an icon, click on the plus. Select a library to choose your icon from, and select the icon of your choice. The last item lets you set a size rule to that node category. Clicking on 200% will double the size of my address nodes. If you want fine-grained style rules, you can set additional styles at the property level of your node. Select the property you want to style and apply distinct rules for each value. Here, we choose to create a rule for our address nodes based on the value of their country property. When closing the property value list, a little blue dot will indicate you that a subrule is currently applied. The rules defined at the property level will always apply in favour of rules defined at the category level. The same way, you can choose the colour and the size of each type of edges. You can reset or save your style using the wheel icons in the bottom right corner. In the same panel, you can choose which properties' value are displayed over your nodes and edges. Those are the captions. Click on the Caption tab. Select a category of node or edge, and pick one or several properties. The one highlighted in blue are displayed in the workspace over your node. Use the arrow or drag and drop the properties to arrange the caption's order. To remove one property of the caption, click on the cross in the right. The same approach can be used for edge captions. To help you reduce noise when working with large amount of data, Linkurious Enterprise comes with node and edge filtering capabilities. Filters are temporary and do not erase any data from the database. You access the filter panel by clicking on the 3-bar icon in the top right corner of the visualization workspace. You can start by filtering nodes based on their category. On each category line, the number on the side indicates how many nodes of that category currently appear in your workspace. You can select them all using the dotted rectangle icon in the middle. The toggle button on the right lets you hide or display a given category of nodes in the workspace. For more granularity in your filtering, you can apply filters at the property level to display or hide specific property values for each node category. There are 3 types of filter available depending on the type of your property: textual, numerical, and date property type. If your property value is a text, we will classify it by default as a textual type, as indicated by the ABC icon. Use the toggle button on the right to display or hide specific items with that given property value. If your property value is a number, we will classify it by default as a numerical type, as indicated by the 1, 2, 3 icon. In this case, you will see a bar chart with the different value properties distributed in an ascending order. The number of nodes with that particular property is indicated below the chart. You can select them all by clicking on the dotted rectangle icon. On the right, you can see the number of missing and invalid values. The same dotted line rectangle and toggle button lets you select or filter them. To set a filter on a specific range of values, type in a lower and upper bound, or drag the cursor directly in the bar chart. The nodes with a property value outside of this range will be filtered out of your visualization. If your property value is a timestamp, we will classify it by default as a date type, as indicated by the calendar icon. You will access the same bar chart with a different date in chronological order, alongside the bar chart. Adjust the bounds the same way to filter data out of the selected range. If the property type set by default is not the good one, click on the icon and select the desired type in the menu. When you have applied a filter at the property level of a node, a blue dot in the property list indicates that you have an active filter. You can apply filters the same way on edges. Linkurious Enterprise relies on a group-based access rights model. Each user belongs to a group. These user groups guarantee different access rights and are specific to each data source. Linkurious Enterprise offers built-in groups with predefined rights. You also have the possibility to create custom groups. A group, whether built-in or custom, allows you to define rights for every category of node and every type of edge. It also lets you define specific rights regarding the queries, the alert, and the database management. All users belonging to a given group will get the rights defined for the group. Only administrators can create groups, users, and define access rights. To access the list of users and groups, open the Admin tab in the main menu and click on Users. It opens on the list of users for the active data source. For each user, you get an overview with its user name and email, the name of the group it belongs to if any, its creation date, and the number of visualizations saved by this user. You can filter or search for users using the drop-down menu and the search field in the top right part of the screen. To switch to the group view, click on Manage Group in the sub-menu. You access the same type of overview, but with a list of built-in and custom group actives on that data source. To add a new custom group, click on Create a Group. Give it a name, and select the nature of rights you want users to have for queries, alerts, and database management. On the next screen, you can define the access rights for each category for node. For instance, you can choose No Access, and users of that group will not see any node of that category. With Read, users will be able to display and select the nodes of that category. With Write, users will be able to edit or create nodes of that category. With Delete, users will be able to delete the nodes of that category from the database. Use the checkbox and the Action menu to apply batch choices. Repeat the process for edge types and save your group. From the group list, you can always edit or delete your group and view the rights of built-in groups. To create a user, switch to the User view. Click on Create User, fill in the account detail, and select from the group you want to add this user to. To assign multiple groups to a user, click on the plus icon and add another group. If different access rights are defined for a given node category or edge type, the more permissive one is granted. User can only belong to a single built-in group. You can share a visualization with other users of Linkurious Enterprise. You can do it directly from the dashboard by right-clicking on the visualization you want to share and by selecting the corresponding item in the menu. Type in the name or email of your colleague, select the desired right type, and click Add. The second way to share a visualization is to do it directly from the workspace. After saving your visualization, you can access a share item from the main menu. Type in the name or email of your colleague, select the desired right type, and click Add. You can also export the data in your current visualization in different formats using the Export option. From the main menu, select Export to open the panel, then select one of the formats on the left and click on Download. You will get a file with all the data from the visualization in the chosen format.